Wow. Jeez. All right, let's take a look at this. This monstrosity is definitely, yeah, definitely a lack of a better term, I would say. That is one heck of a monstrosity. Wow. All right, so this is a large monstrosity, and it's got a total of 17 AC with 19 D10 hit points for Constitution, with a Constitution bonus of 18, 14 Wisdom, 18 Charisma, and it should be a CR 12. Now let's take a look at our skill section. We have 2 saving throws, doesn't matter, as I mentioned before in the other 2 monsters. Skills don't matter. Damage immunities, we only have 2. So for the time being, we're going to ignore the Radiant and Necrotic. We'll come back to that if for some reason we seem to be overrated or underrated. More than likely overrated. And come down and take a look at its skills area. So we have Horrid Gnashing. Let's take a look at this together. The Nullifier's mouth gnashes incoherently while it can see any enemies. Each creature that starts its turn within 20 feet of the Nullifier can hear it, must make a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw. Unless the save succeeds, the creature rolls a D8 to determine what it does during the current turn. The creature is stunned. It's a stun condition, so we don't worry about that. The creature is frightened. That could be something, especially since it's a CR 12. But it's only going to come into play, what is that, 25% of the time? So it's not guaranteed. And then 7 to 8, the creature doesn't move. Basically immobilized. And it uses its actions to make one melee attack against a random creature other than itself if one is within reach. Otherwise, it does nothing. Alright. For the time being, I'm going to say there's really no way to guarantee any of these. And we're going to move on from this for the time being. But we do have some innate spellcasting, and we have At Will Counterspell. Wow. At Will for reaction. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Detect Magic, Dispel Magic, See Invisibility, and Anti-Magic Field. Alright. Nothing we really have to worry about in terms of calculating its CR. So that's some good news. And then we'll just move on to Magic Resistance, and the Nullifier has advantage on saving throws against spells and other effects. So this is a legit just anti-mage. This isn't a mage killer, it's just anti-mage. This is, oh, it's in the name, Nullifier, alright? Duh, of course. So we'll go down here and throw on the Magic Resistance. And so far we're only at a DCR of 9. Let's see where our multi-attacks and the reaction go. So first off, let's just jump down to reactions. Counterspell. The Nullifier attempts to interrupt a creature that it can see within 60 feet in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell 3rd or lower, its spell fails. Alright, so this is just basically Counterspell, but it can just do it once per turn. Alright, so we don't have to worry about the reaction. Let's take a look at its actions and go over to the workspace here. We have a multi-attack. The Nullifier can make 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. It implies bites. I know it's got multiple mouths, but really. Alright, multi-attack. 1 with its bites, 2 with its claws. So its bite can do, let's see here, 17 piercing damage plus 11 force damage. Wow, force damage. Okay. So we have 17 there plus 11 there for a total of 28 from its bites. And then its claws, let's see here. The claws will deal 11 slashing plus an additional 11 force, and the target is grappled if it's a creature. The Nullifier has 2 claws, each of which can grapple 1 creature. In theory, because it can grapple 2 creatures, we should technically apply the Constrict twice. I'm going to keep that in mind if the monster doesn't quite work out to where we're expecting it to be. So if that's the case, I'm going to add in another AC modification here and see if that has anything to do with it. Alright, now for our multi-attack. The multi-attack is 1 bite plus 2 of its claws. And we have a total of 72 points of damage. Alright, not terrible here. There's really nothing else to worry about. So our total amount of damage is 72. Alright, we're supposed to be a CR 12, but so far we're seeing CR 10 from the green zone here. Curious. Now I know adding in 1 more AC isn't going to bump it up to a 12. Let's see here. What can I add for 1 AC? was that? Pack Tactic? No, that's that. Parry. Parry's what I usually use. That will give us the extra +1 because it can grapple 2 targets at once. Wow, that didn't do anything. Oh, that's why. I see now. All right, so we have a 21. Yeah. All right. All right, so our effective hit points is 180. And that puts us into a CR8, excuse me, a DCR of 8, expecting AC 16. Regardless if it grapples 1 or 2 targets, this is only putting us at an effective AC of 20 or 21. And because that's either 4 or 5 over the expected, that's going to result in a +2 shift from DCR 8 to 10. So that's why, even though it can grapple up to 2 targets and potentially get +2 effective AC bonuses because of grappling twice, we're not seeing any kind of a shift. What we're kind of looking at here is that there's something probably here in the Horrid Gnashing. And just for the heck of it, let me see also what would happen if we moved and threw in the damage immunities. Just for the heck of it, because generally I don't unless there's 3 traits or more. Alright. This is probably where the confusion may be. I don't consider damage immunities unless there's 3 or more. In theory, this should be a CR12, but because I don't add in immunities if there's less than 3 conditions, I'm saying this Nemesis is actually a CR10. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm sticking with that, and unfortunately there's really no way to count in any of the innate spells that it can use except for just being a jerk. And on top of that, the Horrid Gnashing probably could do something. So for instance, if a player is affected by the fear, then we could add in the fear presence, which still won't really move it anywhere because it's over CR10. So the frightful presence of 5 and 6 won't really do anything. And there's really nothing for being stunned. I mean, this is a great condition to have from the Horrid Gnashing of 7 and 8, having your players randomly attack someone that's close to it, or, you know, whatever's close to it. But, you know, the stun condition, technically, if you watch or listen to the earlier part of my video and the first monster, I talked about conditions other than grappled and restrained. There's no way to calculate this in. I can. Okay. And I didn't. Alright, we're taking a step back to look at the Nullifier. I didn't add in the attack bonus. I gotta really be careful about that. Let's add in the +8 to attack bonus. Alright. The Nullifier is now only 1 off because I didn't add in the attack bonus. So it's not too far off, but something to take note of. Alright, that was super helpful. And there you have it. That's how you break down and expose the monster's CR values. If you like what you've seen, hit the subscribe button down below and give the video a thumbs up. I post daily, and until next time, thanks for watching.